momentum going that happened last week when we had a historic election for Montgomery electing his first black mayor. Awesome, right? So without further ado, I'm not going to drag it out with any more words. I'm going to introduce you to former Congressman and presidential candidate Beto.
How's everybody doing? Thank you for welcoming us out and having us here at the GOAT Haus. So this is only my second visit in my 47 years on this planet to Alabama. My first was, thank you. My first was, I think in 1993, 1994, I was playing and touring in a punk rock band. And we don't know booze, but we played a show in Auburn in a little. Actually, it was.
Thank you.
Thank you for your indulgence.
Doing covers or original?
Originals.
All right. Okay.
But we were playing in someone's house actually to a crowd that was about a tenth the size of everyone who's here, so maybe 6 or 7 people who came out to see us. Thank you so much. But we're back, and now get to be here in Montgomery. Come on in. Come join us. And thank you all for welcoming us. And I really want to keep my remarks brief so that I can listen to as many of you as possible, answer your questions, hear what's on your mind, listen to your ideas, make sure they're part of the conversation, not just in this campaign, but in this country. This is, if there ever was one, a defining moment of truth for America. These are the most perilous times that we've ever seen, and you don't have to look far to find the truth in that statement. In fact, I was just at the Legacy Museum right now and was thinking about the history of white terror in this country, which that museum defines as the end of Reconstruction, 1877 through 1950, before we get to the Civil Rights Movement. But last night, I was in North Texas, in Grand Prairie, in between Fort Worth and Dallas, and I met these two extraordinary women, Amber and Ashley Carr. Their sister, this last weekend, Tay Jefferson, was shot in her own home. Black woman who was taking care of her 8-year-old nephew in her own home, in fact, in the bedroom of her own home. And a white police officer responding to a call sees her through her window and shoots her through the window in her own home, kills her dead. And one of the things Tay's sisters said to me that has just been repeating in my mind all of last night, all of today, is that there's nowhere that they feel safe. And they said, remember, our sister was not out. She was not in a club, in a bar, on the street, in somebody else's home. She wasn't doing anything except the most important thing. She was there with her nephew, with her family, in her own home. You all probably know this, but in that same community, in North Texas, more than a year ago, Botham Jean, young black man, killed in his own home, in his apartment, by a police officer who walked in. And not only was he shot and killed, and not only did the police leak information later saying that Botham Jean had some small amount of weed in his apartment, as though that would justify the killing of an unarmed man in his own apartment in America in this day and age. But when the trial was finally conducted, the judge was going to allow the defense, Amber Geiger, to use the castle doctrine, the stand your ground doctrine. Standing your ground in someone else's apartment while you shoot them dead. Mm-hmm. So whether it is the fact that racism, systemic, foundational, endemic, is alive and well in this country and really being brought out into the open, unlike any other time in my life, by the most racist president we've had probably since Andrew Johnson at the end of the Civil War. There may be some competition for that distinction. Some couple people say, maybe it's some.